Studio. We welcome now Casey Dixon, Director of Marketing and Public Relations for Mississippi Blood Services. Hey, Casey.
How are you doing this morning?
Doing fantastic. So we wanted you to come on and give the folks an update of the status of the inventory, the blood supplies there at Mississippi Blood Services.
Yeah, November we had a really good return as far as all of the community stepping up and helping us during the month, especially during Thanksgiving. That's usually a time when the blood supply comes a little short. So we had a lot of donors in the area step up and help us keep that inventory at a consistent level for the patients in the hospitals.
Gotcha. So I know I ask this question all the time when you guys are on, but it's kind of rhetorical, but you need all types, right? It's not any specific type, or can you share with us maybe where there's some particularly acute shortages?
Right now, like you said, all types are always needed. The most important blood type is the one that's not available. So in order to have all of that available, we need the blood types coming in, whether it is A, B, AB, whatever the case, to keep that inventory level at a consistency. O's and B's are primarily the ones that we desperately need. So if you are one of those types and you are eligible, yes, please come in and donate.
All right, so tell the folks how they can donate, where Mississippi Blood Services has locations.
Yeah, we have a couple of locations. So in the state of Mississippi, you can come to Lakeland at our Flowood Collection Center. Or if you're in Oxford or in Cleveland areas, we have collection centers there. But also across the state, we like to host anywhere from 5 to 10 mobile unit community drives that we go out into the community and make it a little more convenient for the donors to donate.
All right, and then the process itself, describe that to the folks.
The process is it's fairly simple. I mean, as long as you've had a good, healthy meal before you come and donate, and usually we like to have that within an hour to 2 hours of donating. You're good and hydrated. You'll come in, you'll do a small screening, you'll go through a small questionnaire just to make sure any type of personal conditions that currently going through do not interfere with the donation process. Once that is done, they'll help determine if your blood type, the gift that you could give, could either be a whole blood unit or a platelet process. So they'll help decide which one works best for you. And the process, once you sit down, it could go anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes up to an hour and a half, depending on the procedure that you have been able to donate.
What situations or conditions, Casey, would preclude someone from donating?
A lot of it is medical. Some of the medications that they're on, there's usually an iron restriction or an iron deficiency. So those are the two primary concerns.
Okay. Yeah, so they actually do a little test on that, right, just to determine that you meet the standards there before you're allowed to actually donate.
That's correct. That's part of that screening process. Yes.
So about how long does the process take from the time you walk in the door to the time you settle down, have a snack, and you're on your way?
It could go anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Just kind of depends on how the flow is. And like I said, if you were able to get that healthy meal and you're hydrated, it helps get the blood flowing a lot smoother. So that process can move the procedure along faster.
Gotcha. Painless, though, as well, right? Just a little stick?
Of course, just a little stick. As long as you can handle that little stick, everything else is smooth sailing.
Yeah. And you get a little snack at the end of it. Used to be Nutter Butter cookies, right? Last time I did it.
They're still there. That's one of the favorites. We make sure that one has a steady inventory stock.
So, and the folks are very nice and very grateful as well, and you literally are saving lives. We would be remiss if we didn't mention with my partner Rhino here that J.T. Williamson, longtime host of this show, the J.T. Williamson Show, would often talk about, what it's like being on the other side of the bag, as he called it, when he was battling cancer, and how critical that was to that period for him.
That's correct. My husband is also one of those other side of the bag recipients. So it is very critical. It brings it kind of more to a personal connection. Everyone in the around these days knows someone that is going through some type of a medical situation, whether it is a procedure that just needs to take place, or if they're battling some type of disease or cancer. And having the blood supply readily available for blood transfusions for those individuals to help clot the blood and make the process a lot faster and easier and easier for them to adapt to during that situation in their personal life. It makes the individual feel better knowing that they have helped them. Each unit that you provide could potentially help three different people. And we all know the circle of life is it's the circle of three. It's everybody knows somebody and everybody else knows someone else. So being able
Yeah.
to have that immediate connection and making that personal connection helps with the process.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what are the hours of the locations, Casey?
So if you're going to our Flowood location on Lakeland as well as Oxford and Cleveland, they are open until right at 5:30. Cleveland and Oxford, they are closed on Sundays and Mondays, but the location in Flowood is open. So they have the ability to come Saturdays. We're usually open 7:30 to 2:30, but outside of that, if that timetable does not match up with what a donor is capable of doing, they can check our website at msblood.com and see where one of those mobile units are that may be closer to them during a lunchtime period that they can schedule an appointment or either just walk in.
And Casey, the blood that's donated at Mississippi Blood Services centers, how does it get distributed?
We provide blood to approximately 50 or more hospitals across the state of Mississippi. Our primary concern is to make sure that the patients of Mississippi have the blood that they need. As excuse me, one of the hos- uh, forgive me, I'm losing my mind right at this very
You're all
moment.
right.
But the being able to provide the blood outside of Mississippi for other situations that are in dire need, such as the fires in California or down in
Okay.
New Orleans when they had their situations, we like to step in and help where we can, but we do take care of the patients here first.
And I assume these other states reciprocate when Mississippi has a emergency sort of need like that?
Of course, we're all members of an organization that allows, it's kind of a rotating schedule. That way, if a particular center in a particular state is going through a crisis situation and cannot get the blood as fast as they need to help the patients that are going through the trauma, they rotate around and allow the other community blood centers to support.
I see. And we're certainly, unfortunately, no stranger to that here in Mississippi, those sorts of situations, emergency situations.
You are correct. That is absolutely right.
Yeah. All right. So, what else do you want the folks to know?
Well, here in Mississippi, like I said, we are one of the primary providers for the blood to the community. We like to make sure that all of the um, donations here are processed properly. Throughout the month of December, we are collecting Toys for Tots. So if they have the ability to drop off an unwrapped gift,
Hmm.
we are providing those as well. We are offering various incentives throughout the month. So currently, they can go ahead and pay attention to what our website and as well as our social media has in order to find out if any of those particular incentives tie up with someone with their eligibility dates.
I got you. Okay. Well, I know you guys do good work. And is there a time of year, Casey, are the holidays, or is there a special need during the holidays relative to other times of year? I mean, I know you need blood all year round, but is there any sort of peak and valley situation? Is there a seasonal aspect to it?
It is. And a lot of times when you're collecting blood or looking at the inventory, it has low time period during the summer as well as
Okay.
during the holidays. And if you think about it, that's usually the time frames that people are traveling. They're out doing vacation things or they're doing family things. So it takes away from that immediate top priority to go and donate. So, but we do have a lot of loyal donors that still come in on a regular basis, so we are very thankful for those that do. But during those holiday seasons, yes, we'd like to make sure that we keep that inventory consistent.
Gotcha. Casey Dixon, Director of Marketing and Public Relations for Mississippi Blood Services, has been our guest. Get out there and donate blood, folks. Appreciate it, Casey. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me. Donate blood
You
today, please.
absolutely. We're coming right back, folks, in the Element Wealth studio.